Gus is from Beverly Hills Home Improvements, and you guys do a lot of windows and doors and siding. Beverly Hills has a very high ranking. They really ace a lot of their jobs, and you'll see that they also won Best of '09, meaning all across Hamilton, Beverly Hills is like the best, right? You got to...
Absolutely right.
So you replaced all the windows in this place. Is that what went on there?
That's right. Yeah, there's about 35 of them, I believe, in this home here.
Yeah, we did about 10 of ours last year. It made such a difference. Our house is actually warm now. That's obviously probably was just a boring window, and you put in a nice bay or bow. Is that a bay or a bow?
That one is an angle bay window.
An angle bay. Now you got the lingo, eh? Okay, and then we'll have the next one. I love this. It's like, you know Steve Smith, he lives here in Hamilton, right? The guy who plays Red Green. And he said to me one day back in 1986, made me laugh so hard I actually slapped my thigh. He said, we used to live in a two-door mansion, but now we have a four-door mansion. Anyway, that's kind of a two-door thing going on there. And you guys came in and bing, waved your magic wand and really updated it and gave it a fresher look. So it's no longer two-door, it is more one-door. It looks more modern. So is there like a favorite kind of a transformation that you like to do? Is it the two-door thing or what?
Yeah, with siding jobs, it really makes a huge difference in terms of a before and after. We enjoy doing windows, doors, siding projects equally, but you can really see the difference when you drive by a beautifully re-sided home, I think. So there's a lot of impact.
I have an old house which has the wavy glass windows covered by ugly aluminum store windows on top of that, which have not been moved forever. What I'd like to do is get rid of the storm windows, but I'd like to keep the wavy glass if at all possible. But I just want to get your opinion on it, if that's possible, and whether there's any kind of storm windows that are available that look more attractive than what I have.
It is possible, actually. We could remove the storm window, obviously take out the single pane. We probably need to build a new frame in order to accept a replacement window on the exterior and then mount the wavy glass on the interior. But we have contractors on staff that could do that beautifully.
We're in a home that's about 5 years old, and we have on the windows a lot of condensation in the wintertime, and sometimes even ice forming on the inside. Oh. So I'm wondering if that's... Oh, Meg's excited.
I've got this in my
She won't let you answer this question.
Okay, this is a good question. How many people have a problem with condensation on the inside of their windows, and right along the bottom, it turns to ice in the winter? It's like really builds up. Stop breathing. That's what I've learned to do, and especially in the bedroom.
Did you mention your home was 5 years old? Okay, so relatively new home. Happens to be the same age of my home. And if it's the same problem that I have right now, I haven't upgraded my window except my bedroom window, and I'll tell you why later maybe. But what happens is the builders very often, and I don't want to be critical of them, but in order to save a little bit of cost, there's a component called a brick mold, which is attached on the exterior of the window. If they eliminate that, the cost is reduced. But what they have to do in order to compensate is push the window further out into the cavity. The window's now into the cold zone. And that's why you're getting the ice and condensation excessively. The only treatment is actually to remove the window, bring it closer to the interior wall. I have the same problem. The other thing that it's probably, I don't know whether you have any low-E coatings on your glass. Low-E and argon gas, and it's probably clear glass. So with upgraded coatings, argon gas, that will help reduce the problem. Once you get to the triple glaze product, which is something that we do a lot of, it's virtually eliminated condensation completely. So great question. It happens to a lot of us. But just, I guess I will go ahead and finish what I was saying about why I changed my bedroom window. It was a sound issue. My neighbor used to play the piano about the same time I went to bed every night. And I ended up upgrading to a triple glazed window, and I had to ask him the other day whether he's still playing his piano because I don't hear him anymore.
Wow. So you're saying that not only is the heat insulation better in triple glaze, but the sound that's profound.
Huge. You're not waking up by your neighbor cutting the grass on the Saturday morning. It's great.
Wow. And what's the cost comparison between double glazed and triple glazed? Like,
it adds approximately 10%.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah.
My goodness. I made the wrong decision when hey, honey, We should have gone for triple. You know that tax credit last year? We did a whole bunch of our windows, but we didn't call the right guy because we have condensation problems, just like she was saying. Well, thank you. See, are you learning something? This is good. Okay, who else has got a question that's going to help us learn more?
It's for the same guy. Actually, I just have a question for you. We're planning on doing the outside of the house, which is stucco or siding, and we're not sure of which way to go, which more cost efficient, whether it's the stucco or the siding.
There's a number of people that look at making the decision these days, stucco versus siding. I know it's more expensive than vinyl siding, but in terms of cost, I would also probably consider the fact that you can insulate at the same time that you re-side. So as Meg mentioned, to take advantage of any tax credits or eco-energy rebates, you could add perhaps an inch of insulation behind the siding. It brings the R value up to between R5 and R7, depending on the siding that you use. So, you know, there's cost in terms of saving money in heating costs as well. It really boils down to a lot of it is your personal preference on appearance, I think.
Well, I can't really decide because they both look nice.
We've got a beautiful product there with an insulation attached to it that you might like the look of. It looks a little bit more like hardboard rather than regular siding, so it'll give you another option.
And I do also have one more question. When you decide to do your house, do you have to do the siding first before the windows, or, you know, because if you can only afford one or the other, do you do your windows first, then your siding, or do you do your siding, then your windows?
You know, you can do either one. It's probably best to do the windows first and then bring the new siding trim up against the new window. That would be preferable, but you can go either way.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, because sometimes when I've noticed when people re-side, their windows seem to recede back into the house because they'll strap first and then they'll put, you know, by the time they put the rigid insulation, the windows sort of, is there any way around that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you can do is build out the window frames if you're leaving the existing windows in to give the appearance that they're not sunken in. You can do that. And also, if you are doing the windows first, you can make sure that they're located appropriately.
Right, okay, yeah, of course. Great, okay.